Hey, what's up? So this is an example of one of those movies that producers go like, hey, you remember that movies from the 90s? Which one? That movie that made us a shitload of money. Yeah. Well, bring it back. But we cannot give people the same old thing. No. Bring it back. Make the female to be the lead of the movie, then put in a bit of diversity. They'll eat it up. It's a modern audience. They will happily eat it up. Then just do the exact same thing. Now, am I saying it's a bad movie? No, it's not a bad movie. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's very enjoyable. It's one of those movies that if I was to advise you to go watch it, is to just switch off your mind and just enjoy yourself. Because it's one of those movies, it's a disaster movie, by the way. It's called Twisters. And it's one of those movies that treats tornadoes like they're monsters. They don't try to romanticize the idea of tornado chasing or the idea of natural disasters. You actually feel the disaster. Actually, those tornadoes look like monsters. There's a scene that you can actually see back and you can just see the tornado just eating up everything. There's another scene at night in a town whereby it feels more like a horror movie. They're in a drained swimming pool, and then you can see some people in a car trying to actually run away, and then you cannot see the tornado because it's at night, and then you see it just suck in a car. So sometimes it feels like a horror movie. It's terrifying. There are some things that you've seen from the trailer, the fire thing, which I thought that was something that was a missed opportunity because they had an opportunity to do something truly unique, but they dropped the ball. Anyway, that was a pretty terrifying scene. You're going into a tornado and you can just see the whole thing, go on fire, but not like in a fancy way. It's just that small bit. That was pretty cool. So, as I was saying, apart from all that, this is pretty much the same. If you've seen the first Twister movie from '96, you've seen this movie because they do the same setup whereby the main character, a part of the main character, loses someone that they care for at the opening, and then that advises our judgment throughout the movie. It's something that follows that character throughout the movie. Now, the movie is directed by Lee Isaac Young. It stars Glen Powell. It stars Anthony Ramos, remember diversity. And then now our protagonist is Daisy Edgar Jones, who's pretty awesome. I thought her chemistry between her and Glen Powell were pretty awesome. I thought their performances were really good, but they cannot beat out Paxton and Helen Hunt in the first movie. I thought Helen Hunt and Paxton had their story for that particular movie. For the first movie was way much better, and their chemistry was way much better than what we have here. I liked the movie in terms of just switching off your brain and just watching a disaster movie. It feels, that Spielberg effect is felt because it's from Warner Brothers, Universal, and Amblin. Amblin belongs to Steven Spielberg, and you can actually feel the Steven Spielberg soundtrack. You can feel the Steven Spielberg sense of adventure and pacing within the movie. There's that energy that it borrows from the first movie. So if I was to give this out of 5, I would give this a 3 out of 5. I can't give this a 4. I can give this a 3 out of 5. The reason I'm giving it a 3 out of 5, there are moments it did not do anything different. The CGI right now, there's nothing, because when the first Twister came out, when I saw the first Twister, I was blown away with what they were able to do, because it's something that I've never seen before. So apart from the fire thing, there is really nothing new about this movie. If you've never seen the first movie, you'll enjoy this. But if you've seen that first movie, it's not really giving you anything different. It's just giving you the same movie. It's just, but without the really good story from that particular movie. So as much as I would want to love this movie, there are a lot of things that you could see coming. Even they have that classic moment of the hero is just about to do something, then something falls on him, and then that moment the other person comes to rescue them, and then they are almost saying go, and then something else happens in order to, you've seen some really classic tropes within this kind of movies, within this movie. And because this is for the modern audience, they do that classic thing of giving the protagonist, the female protagonist, her moment during the third act, which is okay. But the problem with this is that it did not feel like it reflected her character's nature from the beginning. That decision that she made at the end, for me, did not make sense, because it does not reflect what the movie has been building upon throughout the show. So that I had a problem with that. I thought What she did is what Glen Powell was supposed to do. If you were to follow the story, if you were to do what the story was asking for, if you were to do what the story had set up, Glen Powell's character was supposed to do that. But Daisy Edgar Jones' character did that, because modern movies and today the female characters are the hero in most of our modern movies. You think I'm hating on her? I'm not. It's just a formula that I've seen in so many movies that after seeing this, I kind of tuned out during that moment. I was like, yeah, you had something going, but you fell into the modern movie trope. You fell into the trope of movies from 2020. 10 years from now, you're going to look back and go like, oh, Twisters. Oh, Twisters was like one of those movies from 2020. So, if you're looking for something to watch during the weekend, you can watch this. But it's not that necessary. You can actually wait for it on streaming, because it doesn't really, apart from one moment with the flames, there's nothing actually worth the big screens. Yes, if you're looking for something to watch in the theaters, this fits in. If you just want to have a great time in the theaters, this works. But if you're looking for that thing that makes everything different, this is not it. So basically that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. I shall see you on the next one. Adios. Please subscribe and join the family. Yeah, we love movies, we love TV shows, we love comic books. Thanks for watching this. Adios.